Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsy69. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have another top 5 episode for you, and today we're going to be having a look at the top 5 copy paste tanks in the game. And these are my own opinion. You guys may have your own opinion, and if you do, let me know in the comments your top 5 copy paste tanks. What I mean by copy paste is tanks that are in the tech tree, or at least were in the tech tree, that have basically been made as a premium tank. So for this one, M48 pattern in the tech tree, and then we have the M60. With stat wise on paper, the M60 is better than the M48 pattern. So I do believe I do actually now prefer playing both tanks. I do actually prefer the M60 over the pattern. I've always preferred the pattern over the M60, but I have been playing the M60. I mean, I got it for footage not so long ago, and I thought, you know what, it's not bad. It's not bad, and the stat wise, the DPM, everything like that is better on the M60 than it is on the M48 pattern. It still has that amazing turret as well, and that is what this tank is, or both these tanks are really sort of well known for, is having that amazing turret. Not really, it does have the DPM. It doesn't have the whole armor, but the M60, it was a free tank for me. I got it for free, and it definitely is up there in the top 5. So moving on to the next one. Now, here we're going to have a look at the Centurion Defender, Mark 1 Defender, and I love this tank. I absolutely love this tank. Of course, you have this Centurion Mark 1 in the tech tree. Stat wise, on paper, the Centurion Mark 1 is better than this tank in DPM wise. Aim time is better on this one, but the dispersion is better on the tech tree version. But what is better on this, and why I love it so much, is the amazing turret. It has like 250mm of turret armor. Crazy. Of course, it is the Defender. It has the 4-shot auto loader as well, something that the tech tree version doesn't have, but because it's an auto loader, it does lower the DPM of the tank. But I love the fact that Wargaming haven't just put this in like they have to say the M60 with minor changes. They've changed the tank massively. They've made it a Defender, and without a doubt, this is the best Defender in the game. Much better than the IS-3 Defender, much better than the T-28 Defender. I absolutely adore this tank. I think it looks good, sounds good, plays good. I wouldn't say it's OP, but if you can get it into a position where you're using the gun depression, you're hiding when you are on that big reload, then you will be just fine in this tank. And it's definitely a tank I would recommend buying, depending on the price. If it comes back for like 8k gold or something like that, then definitely I would say that it's worth 8k gold. It's a really good tank. I enjoy playing it, and it does really perform well. Seems quite hard to ace at the moment. I don't know why. I haven't really seen too many people playing it, but whoever is playing it seems to be doing really well in the tank. So far this game, 3.2k damage, and we've just got the IS-3 to deal with. We are going to get one more shot, and we are going to get the kill, and we actually end on a first class. Nice credit earner as well, 94,000 credits almost, so it is a nice little credit earner. Next one, of course, I just had to add this. It is the Kenyatsu. Pretty much the tech tree version of this is the Kini, which Wargaming did eventually remove and put it as a collector, but it's still a copy paste tank, but it's been made into something much bigger and much better. There are some weird people out there who does prefer the Kenny, the tech tree version, the Kini. Fizzy, you're one of them, you weirdo. Everyone says how broke this tank is. Now, the DPM is broke. The DPM is insane, like 2000 or whatever it is. It's insane, and Wargaming messed up this tank when they sold it. They completely messed up the reload. It was never meant to be like 2-second magazine reload or 3-second magazine reload. It was supposed to be like 9 seconds. So Wargaming really fluffed that up, which is why they are never selling it again. Hopefully one day they'll give it to me. Hopefully one day. You know what, Meadsy, you've been a good guy for us. Have the Kenyatsu, but I can't see it happening. But at the moment, the Kenyatsu is going to be one of the only, if not the only tank I haven't owned in the game, or I won't be able to own. I'll be able to own everything else. I've got everything else. Tanks, there is some tanks that I haven't got, but I don't want them yet. Maybe when they come back for cheap. But the Kenyatsu is going to always be that tank that I'm never going to own. Next up, we have the Fury. Now, this is the M6A3E8? Something like that, the Easy 8, the tech tree version, which again, I do believe did Wargaming put that as a collectible? I'm not sure if it's still in the tech tree or not, but I know the E2 is a collectible. But the Easy 8 is a very, very good tank, and equally or just as good is the Fury. Now, again, it's pretty much the exact same tank. Of course, Wargaming have gone with the movie, the Fury in the movie Fury, and they've actually upgraded. They've made it better. I think it's got better DPM. I think there is a few other things that are better on this tank than the tech tree version, or at least what was the tech tree version when this tank come into the game. I have a few people. Amunet loves this tank, absolutely adores this tank. What I am frustrated about with Wargaming is they never freaking sell it, and when they do, it comes as like a pop-up offer, or it comes as in a crate or something, and it's really, really, really expensive. Now, I paid like £15, something like that, for this when it first come into the game, and I have never ever regretted paying that money. I don't play it often, but to be honest, I don't play the game half as much as I used to, but it is a cool tier 6, very nice tier 6, great DPM. The reload is fantastic. It does have a little bit of turret armor as well, so you can get the troll bounces. Maybe not so much in tier 7, but definitely when you're coming up against tier 5s, you can get those troll bounces. Now, so far, we're actually going to have a really, really good game here. And yeah, the enemy are noobs. I mean, look, you have the STRV, which is a tier 6, just sitting in a camper spot where the TDs should be. He is a new TD. Has anyone ever seen this TD before? STRV 74 TD tank destroyer? No? Well, me neither. He shouldn't be there. I was going to say he's costing the game being there, but I mean, it's a 7 versus 4, so I do believe we probably would have won anyway, and he doesn't really seem to be a great player. So we've got 3 kills this game. We're going to get a troll bounce on the turret of that Panzer 5-4. We're going to get one more shot into the spike. I mean, we could have added a lot more tanks into this. We could have added the spike. But I just think the 5 that I've got in here are much better than the spike. The spike is, I mean, it's not much different than the STRV that is in the tech tree anyway, where the 5 I've added, apart from, I mean, the M60 is probably as close as you're going to get stat wise to the tech tree version. So that is the M4A3 Easy 8 Fury. Last up, we have the Cromwell B. Now, stat wise against the Cromwell, it is almost exactly the same. DPM, penetration, everything like that is the same. But what is different and what makes this tank much better than the tech tree version is 13 degrees of gun depression. The gun depression is absolutely insane. I think the tech tree version's like 9 degrees or something like that. It could be maximum 10, but this has 13 degrees, which makes the tank, in my opinion, one of the best tier 6 mediums in the game. And when it does come for sale, it always comes for like £5. Really, really cheap. Definitely worth buying. So that is my top 5, guys. Let me know your top 5 copy paste tanks in Blitz. I'm Meadsy, and I'll catch you all very soon. Bye bye.